welcome to Foxfire Tarot. Today we're going to be doing Libra for the month of April. Alright. So we're just going to shuffle up the cards a little bit. Two of Wands. Temperance and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. Just looking, so I feel like for some of you there's a struggling storyline going on here, and I'll know more when I pull the cards, but I feel like for some of you you're in a relationship with someone who's quite nasty, and you're looking for your independence and you want out of that relationship. I think some of you also feel that you want your independence, right? I feel like you're trying to forward plan, because the Queen of Swords is here in the reverse. Now it talks about like a nasty kind of personality, right? Like smothering, might have addictions, insecure. Oh, sorry, that's the Queen of Cups. That's the Queen of Cups. Still, it's a negative. So she's cold, rigid, probably still has addictions, just kind of unkind and dishonest. Or so that feminine energy, regardless what your sex or what you identify as, is basically the qualities of the person that this union is talking about, because temperance is all about balance and union, and then the Two of Wands is an independent card. So I feel like there's a breakup that you're wanting to have take place here, Libra. I feel like some of you are just ready to move on. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. So you're looking for abundance and wealth currently. You're just trying to find the way to do it financially. I feel like some of you might be in a relationship where you depend on this person financially, and you want to be independent in a way and on your own. Yeah, and I feel like you might even be looking for a new job. For some of you might have a windfall coming in, some money's coming, so that's good news. Present tense currently. The Ace of Pentacles talks about like something, wishes being fulfilled financially. Like you might have like will coming or an investment made, sort of thing. And so then you have the Three of Wands there. So again, a lot of fire energy in this reading. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So the Three of Wands talks about like sort of moving forward, leaving something behind. What's my book say? Yeah, so you're pretty optimistic right now. You're trying to again, travel and having visions and, sort of shipping things. And I feel like you want to come out of a relationship, you want to move forward, you're trying to find the money to do that. So I feel like if some of you have made some investments, they're going to pay off. I feel like with this Three of Wands card here, there's optimism to be have been had. In the current position. So I feel like you're really optimistic about this financial change that's coming in. Maybe you had some money coming in right now that's made you feel like you're able to make the move forward and leave the relationship. Yeah, Five of Pentacles in the reverse, 100%. So very insecure. financial anxiety, hard times. Yeah. So I feel like even this relationship that you're in may have contributed to your financial problems, Libra. I honestly feel like that could be part of this, because or another feeling is that for some of you, you may feel that if you do move on, then you're going to suffer some financial hardship. So I feel like there's some struggle going on there for most of you, if not all of you, with respect to this particular reading, if it resonates with you. But definitely two different storylines. Whatever resonates with you, accept it and claim it. We're going to do the energy now of the universe. See what's coming up. Well, it's all energy of the universe, but in terms of like what to do moving forward. And then we'll look at the context of everything here. And then we'll get a clear idea of what's happening when we see the bottom of the deck for the clarifying overall energy of the reading. Okay. So last 3 cards, please, for Libra. Lots of optimism here, though, currently. That's nice to see. But at least you're conscious of the financial situation. Do you know what I mean? And you're optimistic about it, that you don't want to be insecure. The 8 of Swords in the reverse talks about release, escape, liberation. This came up for Virgo as well. And some freedom. So you will get your wish. Your wish is going to be granted for the independence, okay? This union will come to an end. However, you are going to be quite upset about it. I feel like it's going to have an impact on you for a little while, so try to be mindful of raising your frequency. If you get stuck in a low vibration, you might end up with some nightmares, some poor sleep habits, a little bit of anxiety, obviously maybe because of the financial burden that you may feel like you're going to have happen to you, and quite frankly, some depression might set in. So just eat healthy, exercise, keep your mind focused, and then we have the Hermit card. So you're definitely coming out of your mental prism. You have gone in within, and you've done the work, and so you're coming out of that. The Hermit in the reverse talks about solitude and being like going within and things like that. So when you see it in the reverse, it sort of feels like you're repeating patterns and you feel stuck, right? So it's just basically reminding you that this card sort of reminds you that in order to not have that happen to you, to not fall into this pattern, okay? Because this is a repeat pattern of events. You've been here before, okay? This is something that you've done before. You're quite, I think for one of you or two of you out there, like, you understand what I'm saying when I'm saying you're repeating this for like maybe the 3rd time, 3 times the charm. And then the overall context is the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So let's look at that. So the Knight, chaotic person, kind of like maybe promiscuous. I don't feel like this person was faithful to you. Definitely some impulsivity going on there. So yeah, I honestly don't feel this person was good for you. I feel like for those of you, this has already happened or will happen in the recent to near future. Okay, so I feel like that's something that definitely has to be addressed. I feel like if I go through the context here and I look at the 2 of Wands, looking for independence and freedom, and then switch down to the Hermit card, in other words, like, feeling like you're trapped and feeling like you're insecure and feeling like you're sort of stuck, right? Making past mistakes. So you're kind of in a relationship going, okay, I've done this before. I'm seeing the pattern and I kind of need to get out of it now. And then, with the Queen of Swords energy there in the 3rd position saying, you know what, hey, like, I'm not a very nice person. You've seen this before. You recognize this because there's something within you that's attracting this to you. And I think you've realized that, this is a pattern that you've repeated, and then there's a reason for that. You have to raise your vibration, okay? You cannot live like this, because what will happen is the past repeats itself. So hopefully, Libra, you can learn from this mistake. I wouldn't say it's a mistake. I think it's a lesson. Everything's a lesson. There's no mistakes in life, I don't think. I feel like things happen, and then, we work through them, and we recognize them, acknowledge them, claim them, own them, and then we can move forward and learn from them. If we don't acknowledge that they're there, then how can we grow, right, as people? So I do feel like that's a part of the context. Then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. So we're going from the Queen of Swords, who's like kind of nasty and vile, right? Not a very nice person. Very kind of cold. Very cold, to the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And that's release, independence, which is what you initially wanted. And liberation of freedom. So you are tying this cycle up. You're moving out of it, Libra, and I'm really happy that this is happening, because this is a humbling experience. You are learning from this particular situation you're in, and I know that you've been here before. So when I say this, I'm not saying it lightheartedly, where the Three of Wands being in the center of this reading suggests that, you are an optimistic person, and you're going to make it happen. And I have every, once a Libra puts their mind to something, it gets done. So no worries there, and the universe is there to back you up. So don't worry about it. Good choices being made. This person was not good for you. So good recognizing that. Maybe you didn't recognize in the past, and you got brutally, hurt by this person. And I think now you're recognizing the signs, and you're getting out of there. So that's good. Okay, we're gonna shuffle the deck to see what comes through for our universe oracle cards for messages and clarity, and just to see if we're on the right path here from our spiritual guidance and our cosmic influences, to see what's in store here for you, Libra. I'm just going to put that there because I feel like I felt the need to pull it, but I'm going to keep shuffling and see what pops up. Okay. All right. Woo, that one definitely wanted to loss. Okay, yeah. So a lot of you are going through again that anxiety, depression, nightmares. That it's a feeling you've lost something. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. So you make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego. So you're letting go of that ego-based relationship, and now you're transitioning into one that will be more loving and passionate, but you cannot gain unless you lose. I mean, that's the universal, law. I mean, yin and yang, right? So, and then I'm really curious to see what this card is, guys, that I really felt the need to pull. And as you can see, I haven't looked at it yet. So I'm going to just take a look real quick. Okay. And it says intuition. So again, you're following your intuition, like I said in the reading, and you're doing what you need to be doing, and it's good and, good for you. So it says each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. So finding your inner connection to Christ consciousness, right? Following that guide that is put out in front of you, to like little breadcrumbs that are there for us to say, ooh, what's that mean? And oh, that means something. And ooh, I know what that, I should be there. And it's good because you feel like you're on the right path, right? So that's what this is. And it says how liberating it is to listen inside yourself and, to sense the movement and the moment. Okay, to sense the moment to moment, that heartbeat to heartbeat, that pulse of what's really needed. You know what I mean? Because Libra, you're all heart. You're all heart, and I feel like you being around this air sign was good for you, but they were too intellectual, and I think it overwhelmed you. And I feel like you just need to be with someone who's more, earth-based or fiery, or even a water sign would be recommended. But yeah, you're all heart. As you can see, the center of your intuition is your heart, so always follow your heart. That's what's going to guide you. And there's going to be some sorrow along the way. There's some rain there, and you have some looks like some lightning, some heart lightning, I call it. You have some different patterns, like some chaos, I feel like, And I feel like once you follow that intuition, it's gonna lead you in the right direction. As you can see on this card, the loss, there's one branch missing from the tree. So this could be also a part of your family. Where we have the dove here bringing new hope, right? So again, in the reading there was a sense of new hope and optimism, so that's an affirmative right there. All right, let's go ahead and pull, since it's a romantic reading, a romance card and see what the universe has to offer. What's coming in for Libra once they're independent and single again, and for the singles. Okay. All right, for Libra, please, for the month of April. What is in store for our romantic Libras? It's such a blessing to be able to recognize what's not working, what's not serving you in a positive way, because that means you've broken a cycle. You know what I mean? It's patterns repeated. Now you're recognizing the pattern. And pattern isn't a pattern until it becomes one. I mean, it's not rocket science, right? 1 + 2 = 3. And 1 and 2 and 3. All right, so you're going to meet your soulmate. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. You're going to meet your soulmate, and it's going to be passion. Yes, this is your soulmate. So that is fantastic. So that's what we have coming in, Libra, is your soulmate, your passionate heart person. Mwah, love this card. All right, and let's see what we can, let's pull a spirit guide, animal type thing, see what's going on here that might help you in your dreams to get you moving in the right direction. You might even resonate with this animal that comes up. You might feel like it's a new experience that you can learn from this animal that pops up. It's in your current position, so this is something that's probably you've seen or you're thinking about or really has affected you in some kind of a way, either in the conscious or the subconscious. And again, it could be the dream world as well. Thank you. The rhinoceros. Look at that. That's a pretty powerful card. And if you notice, it's the number 32, which is the number 5, which is about communication. So again, poor communication, I feel like, in that relationship. I feel like this is all about moderation, right? And you are a person of balance, so you know what that is. And you need to focus on moderating and setting boundaries for yourself and self-discipline. Okay, and then this soulmate's going to come shining through, because look how beautiful that is. It's like this fiery, passionate, universal burst of energy coming through with this, like, strong, stable, sturdy, grounded, huge horned, beast of an animal that is, carrying you through. Even it's on fire and it's not moving a muscle. It's completely like, there for you, right? There. It's your person. So I feel like that's fantastic. I love that. Okay, let's see. We're at 18 minutes. What else can we do, Libra? What else can we pull for you? What else? Let's just see about, okay, so let's talk about, so this is a deck of cards that's really fun. It's kind of like a little bonus read I can do. And it just talks about, like, what we need to work on personally about ourselves to better ourselves in the month of April. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this deck. I haven't used these yet on the channel, so this is kind of fun. And it's got all the chakra colors in here, so it's also chakra related, so that's kind of neat too. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle these up a little and see what comes about for Libra as a bonus, since your reading was so fast, it just came through so quickly. So I'm just going to put down all right, let's go. Let's make it happen. That was not long. Okay, so you got to work on gratitude, being grateful. Okay, being grateful, and you have to really work on the rejection. You know, rejection is something that can bring your frequency to a low vibration, and if you're not grateful for what's in front of you and what's around you and what your blessings are, then you'll never have to suffer from rejection, you see. So that's kind of cool that they're both pulled together. Because when we're rejected, it brings us down to a low frequency vibration where it's fear based, it's ego based. We then question ourselves, we become insecure, and we sort of like put things in categories that make sense to us to kind of make sense of things, right? Like why didn't they like me? Why did they just stop talking to me? Why was I ghosted? Why do they think I'm not attractive? Why do they think I'm not smart? Like, hello, I'm all of these things. And that's true. And, you are all of those things. We are all of those things to everybody who sees us that way. And so I feel like that's the most important message right now is that perception is key and that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So someone who will appreciate you for who you are hasn't come along yet. That's all that means. All that rejection means is that it's the universe saying, no, that person's not for you. I have somebody better coming, right? When you get it rejected, you have to remember, like, hey, this is a blessing. I'm being rejected because that means something better's coming. You know what I mean? So that's sort of like how you have to flip the switch on that. And then, you know what? You're going to have a lot more gratitude. This person looks like she's pregnant. I see a heart and lots of growth there. And it's the purple chakra, right, which is, I think, the crown. I can't recall at this point in time, but purple is a very psychic color, very intuitive color. So, to count your blessings and be grateful. And I guess that concludes our reading. I feel like that's all the messages that are coming out today for you, Libra. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I guess the last thing I have to say is see you next time when you wake up in my timeline. Bye for now.